Okay, so some people have joined in. Thank you for joining, everyone. So good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to our Friday classes. And today's session is going to be a very interesting session because we are going to cover the retail sector. So as you know, every Friday class, we discuss a business case study and we see how, as a business analyst, we add value on those kind of projects. So today's case study is on Amazon. So from a mere concept, how it became a reality, what are the things that the BA will do at every stage is something that's going to be decoded by Shubha. Shubha, who is our student, she has worked on our project implementation mastermind program, and she gained exposure in a banking reporting application, a banking compliance management system she worked on. And she comes from a civil engineering background, and she's now transitioning into a business analyst role. Okay, so I will hand it over to Shubha, who will present her case study and make you aware of how Amazon actually went through this journey and became the company that it is today. Okay, so let me invite Shubha for this. Over to you, Shubha.
Hi everyone. Good evening. My name is Shubha. As Madam told, I'm a Diamond Batch student. So today I'm going to present a topic called from concept to reality in developing a website like Amazon. So let me share my screen. So today I'm going to take you through how a simple idea of selling something online become such a big evolution in retail industry and how it has become an ecosystem. How a simple concept turned into a reality. How it made Amazon a $1 trillion worth company. So we'll start. So imagine in 1994, Bezos, where he had only one computer and he started from his garage. He thought, what if people could buy books online? During that time, it sounded crazy because internet was very new and people were still preferring bookstores and people did not believe that somebody would pay for something they did not touch physically. But he believed customers love convenience. So Jeff Bezos was not focused on selling books. He was focused on making shopping more convenient. He believed that customer value ease and trust above everything else. He believed customer loved convenience. And simple observation led to Amazon, now a $1 trillion company. That's how Amazon was born. Not as an e-commerce gained, but as a tiny online bookstore built around one simple insight. Like people love convenience. So, he started with the books because they offered huge variety. They were easy for shipping and they were high in demand and making them a perfect initial product to start with. So the biggest businesses are born from simple idea executed with consistency. So start with the customer, not the product. So whenever we think of building something new, whether it's a product or service or application, we always start by thinking what product I'm going to build next. But most of the successful innovators start by questioning problem um, what problem I'm going to solve and who truly needs that. Um, how will their life empowered? Even when Jeff Bezos started his online offline online bookstore, it did not think about the technology, the garage, and everything. It just started on the it started focusing on the pain point of the customers. He focused on the focused on how convenient it would be if people could get it on online, sitting at their home. So we should also focus on identifying the core frustration and pain points of the customer. We should define our target audience and ensure there is a genuine market need for our solution or the product. So Jeff Bezos' guiding principle was very simple. We start with the customer and work backward. So he started to understand the customer behavior, and he started to build products around it. So his vision was to make shopping so effortless that people would never need to leave their home. Uh, the lesson here is don't rush to build a product. First, achieve clarity about customer real needs. So we should always focus on what customer needs. What is the customer behavior towards it? Not We should not just focus on building an app or building a product. We should always focus on human behavior. Ma'am, you're on mute.
Sorry. I said very nicely explained, a very important concept for everyone to remember. If you can go back to that slide, Shubha.
Yes, ma'am.
In business analysis, this is exactly what we focus on. We start with the pain, right? In our bootcamp project also, we started with the business need. What is a business need? Business need is the challenge that the customer is facing, the pain he has. The problem is the business need. So we start always with that pain. We try to understand what is that customer's pain and what exactly can resolve that pain. Okay. How can we make their lives better? So look at the guiding principle. This is Bezos started with the principle. We start with the customer and work backwards. Okay, so we don't build a product and then think about who is going to buy our product. That's a wrong approach, right? You build the product and then you think, okay, is there any market for this product? No, is your product solving a problem? So the always start with the customer in mind, start with his pain area in mind. Very important thing that we do in our bootcamp project also, right? In the banking project also, we understood what is the current challenges that the customer is facing. Thank you. You can go ahead.
So market research and user research.
Hmm.
So this is very important when you're building something new.
Hmm.
So Amazon also did not assume that people would buy books. They tested the behavior of their users. They studied their target customers, what kind of books they like, or what kind of features they would like to know, and they studied their customer and in fact, usually in the initial stage, Amazon used to send personalized email asking how was your shopping experience, and based on that, they built features like reviews, rating, and recommendation, which made a huge difference. We Through that they collected their customer recommendations and reviews. So they built product around it. They improvised it, and now they've converted into such a big ecosystem. So the market doesn't care about our idea or anything. It cares about its own problem, whether our product is going to solve their problem, or how it's going to affect their problem. So it's always important to validate user behavior instead of relying on our internal belief. So what we might like might may not like be liked by others, or it's always important to validate user behavior and to collect personalized experience. Each one has their own experience, and it's always important to collect their experience and build a product around it. So strategy, scoping. So think big, start small. MEP. MEP is a minimum viable product. That means it's a basic and a simple version of any feature or product. that is going to solve the base more important uh, problem. So as a BA, we use this this one, right? We focus on more problem and
Shubha, your
design
voice
a
is
simple,
flickering. Sorry.
simplest.
Shubha, your voice is flickering. We can't hear anything.
Now, can you hear, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, shall I start from the
Yeah.
beginning? Started in scoping,
Yeah. Yeah.
thinking, experiment, learn and MVP. So MVP is minimum viable product. So minimum viable product is a basic, a simple version of any product or feature that is going to solve the main problem. So as a BA also we think we use this principle. We define the core problem and we design the simple solution first, and we gather the insight inputs and insight, and we scale strategically. That's what we should use here. We should not just jump into scale. We should not just think about scaling it big. First of all, we should start with the minimum viable product. So Amazon also, they initially they add like the everything store where you get everything, but to starting with everything was too risky, complex, and nearly impossible to manage for them. So this MVP approach allowed Amazon to validate the idea and learn the operational basics with simple and functional versions. So in the phase one MVP, they started with books, online books, so which is very scalable niche, and it is very easy to manage logistic wise and everything. So later they expanded into this one e-market, like they expanded into electronics and other thing. So where they tested the logistic with their well, whether they're capable of handling fragile goods or higher value items. They tested it, and later they expanded slowly. And now they're into global marketplace through their Amazon Web Services and uh, cloud Prime and everything. So Amazon Prime was a MEP focused on fast delivery and loyalty, which later expanded into streaming and cloud services. So you should always start small, but even if you have big ideas, you should start small, test it, and scale strategically.
Correct. Correct. So that's very important. Look at the
Mm,
phase one that was rolled out by Amazon. Phase one, only books. Most of you
mm,
must be knowing this history. They started only with books, and then phase two came with electronics, and then when they went for a global expansion. That gives a company enough time to try and test what is working, not working, and make a course correction. So this is very important. In the Scrum world also, we have this MVP so that the customer can get a view of the product even before it's out in the market. So we develop small chunks of software and deliver it to the customer so that he can try it, test it, and if he does not like it, we change it again. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So execution growth. So once Amazon had their MVP, it was their uh, far from over. The growth did not come from waiting for the perfection. It came from constant experimentation and iteration. They also made a lot of mistakes, but they learned from it. So Amazon introduced new categories, tested every feature, and learned from their both success and failure. They tested their every feature. They made mistakes. Some feature clicked, some feature did not click, but they learned from their mistakes. So they adopted it very quickly. So these are the four principles which work for Amazon. First one is execution, not perfection. So don't wait for perfection. Launch an MVP, collect feedback, and adapt quickly. This is what Amazon did. They did not wait for perfection. They made mistake. They launched MVP. They collected feedback and they adapted it quickly. This principle worked for them. So they also, before scaling into big, they track their small wins through they focused on metrics like user engagement, repeat user engagement through feedbacks, reviews, and ratings. So before scaling into big, they track their small wins. They track what is working for us, what is not working for us. So the third one is hidden. Sometimes the biggest opportunities are hidden in plain sight. For example, AWS is one such example. AWS is Amazon Web Services was started as a internal tool to cater their own needs. But by observing the value of it, Amazon turned into a billion-dollar external business. It's a major part of Amazon growth now. It is the biggest and boldest decision. So we never know what clicks. So we should always experiment and learn and repeat if it clicks. So then even if we fail, each failure is not a setback. It's a stepping stone towards a better product. The faster we fail, the faster we learn. So we should it's about how fast we learn from our mistakes. So rapid experimentation build confidence and provides critical insight for the next step. So we should always experiment and learn from it and repeat if it clicks. So when Amazon became success, they did not stop and celebrate. They always add in their mind, what next are we going to give to our customer? Because in this digital world, the success can be temporary. What works today may not works tomorrow. So Amazon understood the scaling is not doing big. Scaling is doing it smartly, doing it better, and doing it innovatively. So in they they started scaling with their innovation way, uh, but they're staying relevant to their customers. So they started with a small online bookstore, and they exploded into massive e-commerce platform. But and as I told you earlier, their biggest and boldest decision was their AWS. So then most of the growth of Amazon is from this AWS, where they started as an internal tool and turned into a global infrastructure service. Now it's a multi-billion-dollar business powering companies like Netflix, Airbnb, and even NASA. So they're also into entertainment industry. They have their own platform for Prime Video and music streaming devices, and they also have Alexa and Kindle ecosystem where they define content with devices. So now they're also having offline stores of Amazon Go and all food acquisition. Also, the key question is what next for our customer. They once they succeeded in one area, they did not uh, stopped innovating. They continuously started innovating and scaling their business while staying relevant to their customer. So when we think about the most successful companies in world, it is always easy for us to assume that they always started this big. They always started this powerful. But the truth is, no. They always started simple by simple idea of solving the real world problem. For example, the Uber. Uber started when the founder could not find a cab on a cold night. He got an idea. So how easy and convenient it if I could get a cab in one click. So that's how it started. Now it has transformed urban mobility, and it's uh, contributing more to economic growth and all of that. Similar way, Airbnb, the founder wanted extra income, so they started renting their spare room. Now it has changed the old hospitality of travel world. Same way, Amazon, Apple, Google, previously known Facebook, Tesla, WhatsApp, Canva, everything started with a small idea of solving a real world problem or a customer problem. So it's not they have not started big; they started small by solving the problem. So now we have seen Amazon's journey, uh, how they evolved by focusing on customer convenience and innovative through their innovative ideas and consistency. Now we are in a different era. This is supercharged with artificial intelligence. So AI is the game changer, um, transforming e-commerce from static catalog into a personalized predictive experience. So here are some of the features or that can help us faster from concept to reality. So first thing is smart recommendation. AI studies user performance. Every click you click and every purchase, every search, AI studies our behavior, and it shows the personalized product, and which helping in MVP faster. Like it studies our behavior online, like what we click, what we are searching for. It That's how Amazon recommends products even before we do. It knows what we need next. That's how Amazon performs. So smart recommendation is one of the AI feature that's going to change the e-commerce. That's already changing. So that's one thing. The predictive stock delivery, AI forecast demand. So during my research, I got to know that AI recommended predicted that the sales of sportswear could be more during the start of the year or end of the year, because people have this what new year resolution of staying fit and all. So the demand for sportswear, sports shoes could be more. So that actually turned to be true. So the sales during the initial year starting was more for these sportswear. So that's how AI can forecast demands, predicts which product will sell when and where, ensuring that the stocks are maintained so the delivery is fast. So another one thing is AI chatbot. Um, it is freeing humans uh, teams to focus more on innovation. It is automating everything to making mundane tasks, uh, helping people to focus on more innovation than wasting their energy on mundane tasks. It's another beautiful feature. Uh, Dynamic pricing and marketing. AI adjusts prices and campaigns based on real-time trends. So during festivals and all, there'll be certain product people will buy only during that period. So AI plans the campaigns, and it helps in marketing. It helps it understand the user behavior. That's another interesting things. So one more thing is faster concept to reality. So AI can predict whether your concept is going to be successful or failure even before you build it, based on the its studies. So AI predicts which idea will success, which idea will succeed, which reduces the risk of launching wrong feature or wrong product, which accelerate the growth. Actually, these are the very essential parts. And so the role of a business analyst in building the ecosystem. So we as a business analyst, we are the architect who connect the idea, the customer, and the execution step by step until it becomes an ecosystem. So we understand the pain point of the customers. We study their behavior, we study the customer, we identify their frustration, we translate their needs into clear and actionable goals, whether the trust, convenience, or the product variety. We study them. So it is very uh, crucial step to understand the business user in building any product, any service. If we fail to figure out our problem, we fail to build a product. So define MVP and core value. As I told you, business analysts use this principle. We start with defining the core problem, and by designing the simplest solution first, and later gathering the feedback and scaling it strategically. So, which helps us reduce the risk and ensure so we help plan strategically, and we give roadmap in building their application or service. Just like Amazon expanding from books to electronics to global market, we design growth in phases. So each win builds momentum. We as a BA ensure every short-term milestone connects to a bigger vision. So we also facilitate execution and iteration. We act as a bridge between business, design, and development, ensuring a clarity, measuring outcome, and recommending improvements. So today in AI and AI era, BAs are going to it is BAs are going to gather more information and more quickly, and they're going to simply develop design solution more. They're able to develop solution more quickly, and which is enhancing ecosystem growth through predictive logistic and personalization. So So the conclusion is your concept can be our next reality. So Amazon also started small and became global ecosystem. The path to success is built on foundation of observing what our customer needs and what is their pain point, and what is the real world problem. And we and through research we need to do a lot of research on what works and what doesn't work, how human behaves on uh, what um, how is human behavior towards that particular approach. We need to research a lot, and we also have to have a strategy when to launch, and like how to approach like MVP approach, all of that. We need to have a proper strategy, and we need to execute it. Even if we have ideas inside us, if we don't execute, then it's a waste. So it's important to execute whether we fail or succeed. It's important to execute and learn from it, and improvise. So that's bring to my last slide. So uh, So today, in AI era, in the where small ideas can turn into vast ecosystem, uh, what idea could you start today that might reshape an industry? I want to ask all of you. So if you have any idea or similar to Amazon and Airbnb or Meta, what idea do you have that can solve real world problem?
Mm. Amazing, amazing question, Shubha. So you, if each one of you must have observed, Shubha brought her presentation to the point where she's saying that as a business analyst, whatever you're learning in business analysis will help you even build a company. You see, it's not that you will be working as a business analyst for your entire lifetime. But here we are coming to a point that the more you learn business analysis, the more you do business analysis correctly, you are sharpening your skills to become an entrepreneur one day, isn't it? Hmm? So, anyone has ideas to start a new venture? Please share it with Shubha. Shubha will give you the entire plan for that venture. She will create that entire plan and give it to you. Mm. So amazing. Thank you so much, Shubha. Very well done presentation. I didn't never thought that it would come out so good. but you have put in a lot of effort. I can see that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
And the if you remember the second last slide that Shubha just showed us, that consists of all the things that a BA will be doing in these kind of projects, right? And if you see again, it starts with a BA studies the pain area, understanding the pain, understanding the problem, and then taking it to the next level where you start building the strategy and everything. So if the first step is ignored, everything falls apart. Hmm? If many times it so happened that I got into a project where the project had already started, and I got into the project midway, and nobody had focused much on the customer's problem and things like that. We were working on an application which the customer gave us requirements on, and I was asking questions like, what exactly is the problem that we are solving here? What is the customer's problem? And my technical team used to discuss the requirements, the features, the screens with me. I said, okay, I understand we are developing these screens for the customer. That is work in progress. But how will these screens help the customer? They have no answer to that. Nobody asked. He gave us requirements for this screen. He told us to develop these features. That's why we are coding for it. So this is the unique value that we bring to the table. Our technical team never asks these questions as to why are we building this? Does the customer even need these screens? No, the customer said develop some screens, so they start coding for it. In several instances, when I got into the project, I had a detailed discussion with the customer. Certain features which were initially agreed by the team, we knocked off those features. And the technical team said, the customer said these features are required. I said, as per my latest discussion with him, we have come to the conclusion these features, if we develop it right now, will be absolute waste features. So there were certain reports and everything that was suggested by the customer. Our customers, guys, always remember this, our customers do not know what they want. They are totally banking on you to give you guidance, give them guidance, and if you do not give them guidance properly, they will end up investing their money in the wrong features. So when I dig deeper into those requirements, I understood these reports that he's asking for are already available in the system through another feature. So I told him that, we have already some dashboards in place. If you want a third dashboard also, why don't we do it? The dashboard that we currently have, we can tweak that a bit to include the data that you want, rather than developing a fresh one. So when you develop a fresh new dashboard, again, you have to put in more money, again, more time spent, more effort spent. Why do you want to do that? You can save your cost by tweaking an existing dashboard which is already there. So these kind of recommendations make the client feel that, okay, we are working for him. We are not there to squeeze his money off, you know. So that's how you build trust with the customer, where you tell him that what is the right direction in which he needs to channel his money. So with respect to a e-commerce website, always Amazon is there as a symbol where you can see if you're working on a retail project. If you're working on a retail project, definitely you must have visited Amazon website several times to buy different products. But this time, visit Amazon website like a business analyst. You will see the difference. As a customer, when you're shopping, there are several things that we do not, we just click, and our whole idea is to purchase that product, right? So we do not see subtle features that they have, like the AI recommendations that Shubha has mentioned, the kind of AI recommendations that they have. How are those recommendations coming up? Have you ever thought about it? We have always seen those recommendations given by Amazon, but how do they do it? What happens behind the scene? As a BA, you should always be curious to know what do they do behind the scenes to understand these are the recommendations I should show to this customer. So if you are looking at a nice new apparel, It will have recommendations on of those similar apparels, right? It will not show you a different one because they know that that's a mismatch. A similar kind of feature you see in Netflix. If you have seen a horror movie today, tomorrow when you log into your account, it will show you, okay, all horror movies, because it has understood your pattern, what kind of movies you generally like. Okay, so any questions, guys? Any questions on this, or anything that you would like to share about Amazon or any other company? No? Then we'll wrap up today's session. Next session, we will bring up a next session actually is coming in the midst of Diwali. So I will keep you posted about the next Friday session because it probably might be a holiday. So I will send out an email if it's a holiday. Then the next session, we'll do some practicals. We'll start building some wireframes, mock-ups using a different tool. I plan to showcase the AI-based mermaid tool one day to you, the mermaid tool that helps you develop complex diagrams, like the sequence diagrams. Sequence diagrams are little technical diagrams, but these kind of diagrams can be developed very quickly using the mermaid tool. So tonight you can explore that particular tool, but we will have a specific class where we will explore mermaid and how to work with it. It's an AI based tool. So now the tools that I have taught you, you have to literally draw everything, right? With mermaid, you don't have to do that. You don't have to draw anything. It draws
We
it
have
for
to,
you.
we have to give prompts like how we gave
Yes,
inside.
it draws for you.
Mhm.
Okay. So we will explore that tool also. Okay. So let's wrap up for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.